Well, hello there. My name is Sabree, and I'm going to try to convince you to change your ways. I'm going to talk to you all about pulling out. I'm not talking about parking. I used to think my pullout game was on fleek. Several pregnancy scares later, I had to look at the numbers. Pulling out may be listed as a contraceptive method, but it's as useful as a blind horse. I no longer use the pullout method, and I'll tell you why you shouldn't either. You may think, I can just go to the clinic. My pullout game is on fleek. Or I don't make the rules. I just make single mothers. Despite your preconceived notions, the withdrawal method only serves to transfer STIs, STDs, and cause unintended pregnancies. In a nutshell, the pullout method is dangerous, ineffective, and expensive. So for starters, let's cover the hidden or not so hidden dangers. Relying on withdrawal as a contraceptive method is dangerous. Despite preventing pregnancy when done perfectly, it does not prevent the spread of any STDs or STIs at all. We're talking about HPV and syphilis, both that can be spread from genital contact alone. Let's not forget about herpes, also known as the gift that keeps on giving. In addition, the pull-out method increases chances of exposure to infection. If you didn't take a sex ed class, according to Mayo Clinic, sexually transmitted diseases can be passed between various bodily fluids, and the pull-out method can expose both parties in heterosexual and same-sex couples to a number of body fluids. Yeah. So if health hazards aren't enough to convince you to stop counting on the pull-out method, how about reliability? Although the pull-out method is always available and has no side effects, it's unreliable and ineffective at best. Planned Parenthood asserts that 4 in 100 people get pregnant with perfect pulling out, and 22 in 100 people get pregnant under real-life circumstances. Plus, the art of the pullout is a fine craft. I used to consider myself a pullout guru, but I was highly mistaken. When practiced by the unschooled and the uninitiated, the rate of effectiveness is immensely diminished. On top of that, pre-ejaculate may or may not contain sperm and is emitted without knowledge from either party. In a nutshell, the pull-out method requires restraint, discipline, and trust, and any slip-ups can result in pregnancy. At this point, you may think that STDs aren't a big deal, and neither is pregnancy. I don't know your life. But what about the cost? When, not if the pull-out method fails, it can be very costly. The morning after pill runs about $40. If you're both fortunate enough to prevent an unintended pregnancy, that's $40 gone. If you or your partner are paranoid after the pill, pregnancy tests can be upwards of $7 a pack depending on the brand. So let's say give or take 2 days. That's $47. If an unintended pregnancy does happen, the numbers inflate immensely. Planned Parenthood states that abortions can start at $350 and get more expensive depending on term and location. And according to an article from Business Insider, the average cost to have a baby in the United States without complications during delivery is $10,000 roughly, which can increase to $30,000 when factoring in care provided before and after pregnancy. That's a lot of money. So, let's go over what we've learned. We've all learned that the pull-out method is not the way, but I'll sum up why. Regardless of how you may feel, the pull-out method is a surefire way to catch or pass an STD or STI, an unreliable means of contraception, and it's costly if a pregnancy needs to be terminated and expensive if a pregnancy results. Basically, you should stop using the pull-out method, especially if you're using it as a primary means of contraception. It only has negative effects on your life and your pocket.